Good afternoon, so great to see you again. I always love touching base with you all and really seeing how you're going or hearing how you're going through the feeds and the comments that I get from this. And I really do love hearing about what's going on in your life. So today I just wanted to talk to you about routines and how important routines are for you to create your healthy lifestyle. When we're talking routines, we're talking things like getting back into establishing certain patterns. So I wanted to talk to you today about that. And I really hope that you so far have been having a great week. It's the start of a new month, it's the start of a new week, and it's all about getting into the pattern for the rest of the year. So I'm Teresa Todd. I'm a naturopath, biochemist, microbiologist, and author of The Energy Solution, a guide to go from frazzled and fatigued to fabulous. I really hope you're having a fabulous day today. And let's talk routines. So let's talk about routines. So the kids are back at school. We're the first week in February. Officially, the kids are back in school. They've got their routine back going. You've got parents going back to work. Some parents have already been at work, but they might have still been juggling the kids being on holidays, or they might have been juggling some holidays for themselves. Now it's all about getting back into those rhythms and routines of everyday life. So creating your own routine, how's that going to help you? How is that going to help fulfill your health and your life and reduce your stress? Well, exactly that. It reduces your stress. It saves your sanity. So creating everyday routines is all about putting yourself in the driver's seat of everyday activities and increasing your productivity. So let's have a look at routines. What could you do for your routines? What could you put together? Why routine? So when you get up in the morning, you've got your routine of maybe going to the bathroom, letting your bladder evacuate itself, routine of having some breakfast, of having a coffee, of cleaning your teeth. That's all routine. You don't think about that anymore. But let's think about routines and how you can really make the day work for you instead of you being a slave to your day. Because imagine being a slave to your day every day. Imagine having to drudge through the everyday processes and get to the other end of the day and think, there's things I didn't do, there's things I should have done, did I get this done? Well, look at the list I've got for tomorrow. And that can all be quite depressing. It can leave you feel quite stressed, quite anxious. So looking at routines is all about helping you get into the driver's seat, and by doing that, you're going to help to improve your sleep patterns. Because if you get to the end of the day and you go, you know what, I got things done, I got on top of my tasks, I do have some tasks for tomorrow, but it's all under control. You're going to sleep better, you're going to go into a more deep, refreshing sleep, and you'll wake up vitalized and ready to start the new day. And you won't have things ticking over and over in your mind. So it's going to help you sleep, but it's also going to reduce your stress because you can make your day flow a lot better. It's going to increase your productivity because you'll go from task to task and be able to tick off those tasks really easily. When kids have routine, their behavior is better. So when kids have routine, they know what's happening next. They're not as irritated and anxious, and so they know what's expected of them. So you'll find that your kids will behave better. All of these are, in my mind, bonuses. Hi PH, great to see you there. So let's start with what you can do. Start with the morning. Start as soon as you get up out of bed. Start by, what's the first thing you do when you wake up? Do you wake up and go, oh, not another day, I'm so tired, I've got things to do, I don't want to start the day, why do I have to wake up now? Imagine starting the day with that being your everyday start, where you're already dreading the day before you get going. How about creating a routine that you wake up and you think about something positive? You have a positive affirmation going through your head. You think, wow, what a great day it's going to be. I'm really glad to be here. See how you feel, like even my body, I feel different even when I'm saying that. When I was the negative thoughts before, my body quite slouched and my tone changed. And as I say the positive things of it's going to be a great day, I can feel my body step up. I can feel everything changing inside me to help validate that. Because thoughts become things. So thoughts not only influence how your day is going to go, but it also influences your genetics. And I've spoken about this before. I love the whole process of genetics and how the thoughts can really play havoc with, or not play havoc, they can be for us or against us. So thoughts are very important. How you start your day is extremely important. So waking up and looking at the positive things for your day, looking at, this is going to be a fantastic day. I'm really looking forward to doing X, Y, and Z today. I'm enjoying seeing what I can help other people with. Hi, Kim, great to see you there. So what is it that you can start your day with? What positive affirmation can you have? For me, I also have an affirmation or a positive statement written right in my bathroom mirror, right next to where I have to go every day, so that I can read that on a daily basis and help to really set in concrete the vitality of the day. Then after you get up and out of bed, you could then do a few stretches, and you could then go and have you could go to the toilet and then have a glass of water. And while you're having that water, think about how this water is really helping your health, and how all of your cells are going to love this water to help clean out the toxins and bring in the essential nutrients into every single cell. Seems like something only little, starting with a positive affirmation, starting the day a bit more vital and having that glass of water, but it has a big impact on the flow of the rest of the day. So then after that, you might do a few things. For me, I go for a walk with the dog. That is always part of my routine. It helps me clear my head. It is part of my meditation process that I do. I do an active meditation where I'll go for a walk, and that'll help me clear my head. For others, it might be that they sit down. I know some of my mums like to sit down before the kids get out of bed and just have that 5 minutes of clarity time or time to them, without the kids going, Mum, where's this? Mum, where's that? Or getting breakfast ready and everything for the family. So taking that 5 minutes out for you is a great thing to do. Then after you've taken that 5 minutes, have a look at the tasks. Write down the tasks that you've got to do during the day. I actually like to do it the night before so that it's out of my mind and I go, right, this is my plan for tomorrow. But if you can also get up and do it first thing in the morning. So that way you can go, right, this is what I want to do today. This is how I'm going to plan the day. And write down those tasks. Don't have too many on the list. Try to keep it quite succinct and prioritize each one that you've got. And some of those tasks you might see that you can allocate to your family. You might say, oh, children, I need this done today. Can you help pack your own lunches if they're not already doing it? And you might be training them into doing that. You might get them to help fold some clothes before they go to school if they've got 5 minutes, instead of jumping on the iPads or the smart devices straight away. Looking at what you can delegate out to other family members. So plan your day. Have a look at what you need to do for the day and then prioritize it. And if you look at the list and feel a bit of overwhelm, and I do that a lot, I get quite a bit of overwhelm of things that I've got to do, I take 5 or 7 things from that list and put the rest on what I call a wish list. It's like, if I have time, these are the things that I can do, because they're not essentially important, but these 5 to 7 things that are in front of me are very important, and I'd like to get through them today. And so then I prioritize those ones and go from there. Then once you've prioritized them, step number 3 is to have a look at structuring your day. Plan out your day and how it's going to flow. Because if you can plan it that, say, from 8 till 9 o'clock, you're setting your kids up, you're taking them to school, you're dropping them off, and you're driving to work, and then you might plan out the tasks that you have to do during the day at work. And you might plan them out into, say, from 9 till 10 or 9 till 10:30, I'll do plan A, priority number 1. Then I'll get up and I'll move around and I'll get that blood circulating again. And then from 10:35 until 12 o'clock, I've got task number B to go. B to do. And so with that, you can actually plan through your whole day. It will help you to see in your mind how the day is going to pan out. And you'll actually feel, as you go through and you tick off that to-do list, you'll feel like you're more accomplished, and you feel like you're getting through things. Instead of getting to the end of the day and thinking about all the things you didn't do, you can actually see all the things that you did accomplish during the day. And that will help set you up for the following day. So when you're scheduling your day, prioritize time for you. Think about meal breaks. So many mums miss, or not even mums, I've got a lot of males that are also skipping lunches these days and working through lunches so they might be able to finish a bit earlier, or so that they can get on top of their tasks. But don't skip lunch. Make sure you create time for lunch, time that you can eat, time that you can sit down and allow your body to digest. Prioritize time for you during the day. If you forget to drink water during the day, prioritize time for you to drink water. I've got some clients that get to the end of the day and they go, you know what? I forgot to drink my water again. And I go, fine. Have your water bottle, right? Have it right beside you, and then have an alarm on your phone that will go off maybe every hour or at a set period where it reminds you, hey, drink some water. And while you're drinking that water, hop up, move around your desk at work, or move around from the space that you're in and get that circulation going. While you do that, take some deep breaths. Really get that oxygen into your body so that you can run that oxygen around the body and create the circulation you need. You'll be able to think clearer, you'll be more productive, and you'll be less stressed by doing this process regularly through the day. I think I've used this example before. I was at a conference once, and every hour, and we were all told, turn your mobile phones off, and it was frowned upon if your mobile phone went off during this conference. And eventually it was made into a game that it was a bit of a priority, if your phone went off, you sort of got your name up on the board like a little naughty school person. But it wasn't in the bad way. It was made into a play game. But one person didn't turn her phone off, and the reason for that, and so her name went up on the board several times during the conference. But what happened was, it was every hour she would get up, she would do some pirouettes in the space of where she was sitting. She'd take a drink and she'd sit back down. And that was to remind her to get up, to move around, to take a breath, and then sit back down and start drinking and start the whole process of being attentive again. And by the end of the conference, we were all standing up and we were all doing pirouettes with her as well. And it became quite fun. So you might be able to create a fun space in your workspace. If you've got a workplace where you've got lots of other people in your workspace, get up and all do pirouettes and move around and get that blood flowing together. Make it fun. But the biggest thing is you're making it healthy. You're giving your body the fluid it needs. You're giving the body the oxygen it needs, and you're giving the body the breath, because especially when we're sitting on computers or sitting in a set space, a set place for a while, we actually have a lot of shallow breathing, and the shallow breathing is quite detrimental to our health. Hi Wendy, great to see you there. So as you structure your day, please plan some time in for you to get up and do those regular activities, and that's less a minute it's going to take you to have a drink, to move around, and to take a few deep breaths. So doing that is really important. And when you're also structuring your day, think about when you're most productive. Base the day around you. Are you a morning person? Do you get up and you've got most energy during the morning? Or do you find that you're more of an afternoon, evening person where you get that second wind and find that you're most productive through the afternoon or the evening? Structure your day and your tasks, especially those tasks that you don't want to do, put them into the space where you're most productive and that you're most energized and that you feel most vibrant, because that's when you'll find the day will flow a lot easier. Rather than, say, if you're a morning person and you, let's say you're an afternoon person and you try to structure everything into the morning and you try to get the morning you're trying to start the morning really, and you're going for the coffee to get you going and you're just quite not hitting the mark with everything you're doing. So by the end of the day, you're frustrated, you're tired, you're a bit angry at yourself, and you're a bit irritated at everyone else around you. Instead, make the morning activities a lot easier for you. Pick those tasks that are easy, that are quick to get through so that you can tick them off your list. And then leave the harder tasks, or the tasks that take more time, put them into the afternoon slot where you're most productive, most vibrant, and you can really think a lot clearer. That way you'll feel much better by the time that you get to the end of your day and you go, you know what? I cruised through today. I can do this. So just think about, what part of the day are you most productive? What part of the day do you feel like you get more done? And then structure everything around that. But making sure that you make you the center of it, okay? So the analogy that I use is, think about a cog of a wheel. You've got the outer rim, that goes round in circles and touches the earth as it goes round in circles. And then you've got all the spokes that come out from that give the outer rim the support, but they connect the outer rim to that inner cog. Now you might find that some of those little spokes in there might get broken occasionally. So it might be a task that you have to do, or it might be another work colleague that's having a sick day. Those spokes can sort of get broken or misaligned, but the whole wheel keeps going around in circles. And that's because the center cog is keeping it all going. It's connected to, and this is where I'm not really good on my, is it the transom? It's connected, the center cog connects the whole wheel together and keeps it going round and round and round. So by making sure that you as the center cog are spinning and running efficiently, the rest of the wheel will work fabulously through the day as well. And that'll make things flow a lot easier for you. So look at the parts of the day that you're feeling good. Look at what you can do to optimize your health, optimize your energy, and really maximize your ability to flow through your day. But in doing that, remember fudge factor. This is where I get the most frustrated. I plan my day, I have everything down, the whole process down to, I'm going to do from say 5 o'clock in the morning until I go to bed at night. I have it all planned. And so many times I've had what I call curveballs come in. I've had something happen with family members, maybe a sick family member or something that's happened, or I've had someone come to me and say, oh, I need X, Y, and Z done. And it's like, are you kidding? I've got so many things on my list to do and there's no space in there. And I really started to get upset at myself that I wasn't getting through my day. And I suppose in that case, I was also getting a bit upset at the family members coming to me trying to get some things done. And they just didn't understand that I had my day planned to the nth degree, because that's what I do. And so they would then go, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean this. And they'd feel bad about that. So what I've learned over the time is to plan for fudge time, because then everything works a lot easier. So fudge time is allowed time that if something happens, you can gently move around the rest of your day to still be flexible enough to take in that extra task. So it might be that you allocate, I don't know, an hour a day for fudge factor. And so if something happens, you have an hour to go and do another task and still be able to come back to the rest of the tasks for the day. They might get shuffled around a little bit. The advantage of having fudge factor as well is if nothing happens and you don't get thrown that curveball and everything runs fabulously well, no one comes at you with an extra task that needs to be done right now, then you could go to that wish list that I spoke about before, where you go, okay, I've got my priorities for the day and then these extra tasks are on my wish list. So if no curveballs come at you, in that fudge factor time of that 1 hour, if say in that example that I used, you might go and select a couple of tasks from your wish list. And then you could put that into your daily time and go, you know what? I've even cruised through this. This is how good everything's going. And so by the end of the day, you feel extra good about yourself because you've got extra tasks done. Or if there has been a curveball thrown at you, a child that's sick, you've had to go and pick them up, or something, a task that's happened, or work colleagues come to you and said, hey, I need help on this project. You've got the ability to go and help them and still come back to everything that you've got done. So at the end of the day, you can go, you know what, I feel great about it. I got through everything I had to get through. Hi, Terry, great to see you there. So look at fudge factor. Look at time, the curveballs. Look at what you could do in your day to allow that flexibility through the day. And that will keep your sanity very much so. Also the next step with creating the routines is to also make sure that you put into your routine things that are going to keep you healthy and support the routines in the long term. So what do I mean by that? Okay, so make healthy eating a priority. Make exercise a priority. Set time for your sleep. Plan for family events. So creating that time for you is very important. So what I mean, plan your meals. Take 5 minutes out a week, 15 minutes out a week maybe. Once you get into the rhythm of it, you can get it down to 5 minutes. But take 15 minutes out once a week. Plan all your meals for the week. And then from that, plan your groceries. Plan your grocery list. buy the food that you need for the week, so you're not having to run to the grocery shop every day or every second day going, I'm out of something again. Or I don't have time and I'm too tired to cook, so let's get some takeaway that's not exactly healthy, and then we wake up the next day feeling a bit tired, irritable, short-tempered, and we don't quite know why. And then the next day doesn't flow very well. So by creating healthy habits of creating healthy meal plans, you will find that your energy level the following day will be better. The following day will flow much better, and in your own mind you probably don't quite see it that what you ate the day before flows into the next day. But for a lot of people, what they eat the day before really impacts on their health and impacts on their ability to be productive in the following day, especially people with food intolerances. So planning healthy meals, keep your energy levels going by having good quality healthy meals based on salad, fruits and veggies. Because when you do go for the processed sugary foods, you end up on the blood sugar roller coaster, which leaves you tired, hungry, angry, those kinds of things, and that impacts on your ability to be productive and to live a happy, healthy life. So then looking at scheduling time in for your exercise. What exercise do you want to do? And it doesn't have to be slogging it out in the gym. It might be like, for me, it's walking my dog of the morning. I apologize if anyone can hear the sound that's going on. There's a noise outside this room, which is very squeaky, so I apologize if you can hear it. So putting exercise as a priority. In that scheduling time, allow time for you to exercise in whatever way it is. If it's dancing around the room, allow yourself time to go and put on some great music, crank it up and have a bit of a dance for 20 minutes. It might be walking the dog in the mornings. It might be walking, I've got some clients that love the beach, and so we've worked it out that to de-stress, they go and walk along the beach of an afternoon before they get home to their families, and that way they're in a much clearer frame of mind and they're not taking their stress from their work home to their family, and they get better quality relationships with them. So planning time for you to exercise. If the day is quite structured, I do know a couple of my other clients that they will do something in their lunch break. They'll have an hour's lunch break, they'll eat for say 20 minutes, and then they'll go for a leisurely walk around their workplace. Depending on where they work, they might go for a walk around the workspace, around somewhere, to get themselves outside, to get some fresh air and to get that blood flowing. And that's also a great way for them to clear their head and not feel so tired when they come back from their lunch break. I've got other clients who love to go swimming, and they feel really energized when they go swimming in their lunch break as well. So find out what it is for you for exercise and put it into your routine. In your routine, also plan bedtime. Plan your space before bed, that you're not doing all of these tasks right up till bedtime and then go to bed and wonder why you can't sleep. Allow yourself time to wind down. Allow yourself time to, like I said before, drink water, to move around your office space. All of that's part of that process. And then the final step of all of this is to check in with yourself. When you've written out this plan, it's all well and good to do it in the morning and go, right, this is what I'm going to do. But check in with yourself during the day. Is this plan working for you? Check in with yourself after a few days of doing it. Do I feel positive at the end of all of this? Am I accomplishing the tasks that I want to do? How can I fine tune my routine? How can I make it better? If it's working, that's great. If it's not working, don't be afraid to throw out that routine and try another one. It's all about finding out the best routine that suits you and your life. So remembering there's no hard and fast rules with it. Just create the space that flows with you and your life, and work around your family as well. Get them involved with it. They love it. Kids especially love to help you plan out what's happening and have their input and to put their activities into that as well. So with one of my daughters, I've only got one daughter, with one of my daughter's activities, it was a Monday afternoon, and it was where she would go to a drama class, and during that time it was too far for me to drive home or go anywhere else, so I would sit in the park and I would catch up on some of my work. And you know what? It was the most productive hour I had, because there was no one coming in to interrupt or to interrupt, or for me to get sidetracked, because that's the other thing, is I get sidetracked a lot. So there was nothing to sidetrack me. So during that time, it would be really productive for me because I had an hour, or about just under an hour, to sit in this park and get all of the work done that I wanted to. So in that hour, when I said before about prioritizing what works for you, the afternoons on that day was the most productive, and I would get a lot of tasks done during that time. And I felt really good at the end of it. So looking at your day, how can you structure your children's after school activities in for things that you can do for you as well? You might find during their after school activity that you might go for your walk and that you might get some exercise, or that you might find it's time that you can meditate, or that you can do something that's relaxing and positive for you. So looking at your routine and looking at what you've put together, is it suiting you? If it's not, like I said, don't be afraid to start again, or to fine tune things, or to see how you could make it work better. And once it is flowing, keep that flow going and use that same template or that same routine regularly to help you flow through each and every day. So I really hope I've been able to shed some light on your routines and how to create healthy lifestyles using routines. I get a lot of clients that go, nope, I hate routines. It's not about the routine. I hate feeling stuck. But that's where, if you can create routines where, hi Trevor, how great to see you there. If you can create routines that you find that flow with you and support your health and your lifestyle, they won't feel hard. They won't feel like you've been strapped into something you shouldn't be doing. You'll find things will flow a lot easier, and that you'll find just life gets that much easier, and you're more productive and you're happier, more sane, sleep better, healthier, all of those things because of creating these foundational routines. So enjoy your routines, enjoy making happy, healthy lives, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a fabulous week. Bye for now.